All right, for this next phase of your gingerbread house, you've already baked your pieces. They're behind me. They're all ready to go to be decorated. And you've coated them with apple jelly on top. And they've rested overnight so they're not totally goopy and tacky. You can hold them and pick them up and things like that. We are now going to make royal icing. This is what you need. You'll need your electric mixer. You'll need powdered sugar, cream of tartar, 3 egg whites, and you'll want your decorating bags. Reusable, disposable, doesn't matter. Once you mix it, it takes 7 to 10 minutes to do the frosting for your batch. But plan on using that whole batch you make. All we're doing right now is decorating the tops of the pieces flat. But that's this phase. So you're not actually assembling them upright yet. But I will probably use this entire batch I'm about to make just for decorating because I have 2 houses and 2 sleighs that I'll be doing. You can save this and you can put it in the refrigerator in a glass jar or bowl, and it has to be covered. And you can rebeat it, but I just prefer to just use it all in one sitting because who really wants to take it out of a bag, put it in a jar, then get it back? It'd be easier to just make a new batch, in my opinion. This looks very excessive, and it is. You do not, let me repeat, you do not need this much candy. I saved my candy from last year, so lots of this is in the freezer, of course. I got that out, and then I went out and I bought a lot more for this tutorial. I wanted to try new colors and venture away from the reds and greens, which I always do. And just to show you a lot of options, I like to take like a salad tray, something you would put like salad toppings in. This is awesome. Just a turntable. It makes decorating so easy. Everything has its own section, and then I can cover it up and hide it like, well, I won't disclose my hiding places. Here are gumdrops. I love to use these in my yard, in a walkway, or even on chimneys. And sixlets are perhaps my favorite size candy to decorate on the outside of houses. It's not too bulky when it hangs off the wall from the side looking at it, and they're shiny and beautiful. And there's also Skittles and jelly beans in the back. These are gumballs that I chose for the pure fact my kids are so excited about those. They love them. Flowers you can put on the houses in the yard. And these little ones are ideal. It is so good to have little candies, and those are Red Hots and Tic Tacs, because you'll always find little spaces to fill in details, and you'll want a small sized candy. Here is a huge assortment I have. Some were frozen from a year before. Of hard candies I got in a bulk section. You can see Lifesavers. There's Mentos in there. Tootsie little rolls and sour warheads. This is a great time to use leftover Halloween candy, by the way, that you might snatch from your kids. Up above we have Andy's mints. These are so good. You can make walkways out of them. You could do things on the roof or chimney. There's Mike and Ike's mint chocolate chips, and perhaps my favorite are little mini chocolate chips that make great reindeer noses. Peppermints. These are fun to do as chimneys. You can put them as a walkway. You can pretty much always find a use for these. And lastly, we've got Nerd's Rope. Ever since I discovered these a few years ago, I've used them every time on the top ridge of my sleighs. They are so fun. This is the fun part. It's also the part where you get really familiar with powdered sugar, and you want to put your apron on, put your hair up, and try not to lick your fingers too much. Let's show you how to make royal icing. The supplies you'll need are an electric mixer, egg whites, cream of tartar, and powdered sugar. Begin by taking the egg whites in your electric mixer and beating them until they're stiff. About halfway done here, and they are done. Then you'll add your half teaspoon of cream of tartar and a pound of powdered sugar, and you'll beat that for 7 more minutes. Here's finishing up the end of those 7 minutes, and you can see how firm and rigid that frosting is. And when the spatula is dipped in, you'll notice it's not a goopy, liquidy frosting. It's very firm and great for assembling things and for doing chimneys and anything that needs strength. And you use this to decorate, of course, the walls of your houses. Immediately put the frosting in a pastry bag. If you don't know how to use a pastry bag or decorating bags with tips, just go over to YouTube and quickly watch a tutorial. I didn't make one, but it's so simple. So you should have your candy already there and your new batch of royal icing, and I'm just showing you some footage of some things that I decorated this year, but I'm not really going to go into detail with that because this is where you can use your imagination and let it soar. And I can show you some things that I tried new this year that were fun, but this really is, I mean, decorate it with candy. You can do beautiful white details on the front or leave it simple and just outline your windows. It's really up to you, and this is where making a house and the time involved in making it can vary because some people can spend hours decorating their pieces or just simply want to get it done and have plain pretty brown walls. So it's up to you. I know that this year I tried making brick walls, and that was really fun. I used Tic Tacs to outline the windows along with sour tape candy that I just cut up into the size of little bricks and placed on the walls. Another new thing that I tried this year was this Wilton cookie icing, and I couldn't resist. It was like on sale for $5, and I have 4 children, and I just thinking of making 4 different pastry bags of reds and greens. This was so simple, and they loved using it, and so I tried it this year. Yes, you can make this yourself, of course, but since I already had it on hand because I used it with children, I decided to take my royal icing, make borders, and then just fill it in with this green and red, and I'm making little gingerbread men shutters on this clip, and this was really fun. It didn't even taste that bad either. It was pretty good. Other ideas might include simply writing words. This can be beautiful. If you're still limited on ideas, I suggest going online or going to my website and looking at my gallery. You might get some ideas sparked from there. This is just the most fun part. I hope you have fun doing it. And remember, once you finish decorating, let your pieces lay on the cookie sheets overnight and just completely dry, or not overnight, but just enough time that everything is dried before you assemble it, which is the next step. And I will go over preparing your bases and your lights, and we will start assembling our houses. We are almost there. See you on the next video.